Happy International Women's Day to all of the lovely, amazing women following me on all of my platforms and women out there ensuring that things go so well in their homes and in their businesses. All right, like I said, you are the real producers and mastercraft they learn work. All right, so I made this poster for the International Women's Day for my community DreamHacks, and quite a lot of persons wanted a tutorial, people that saw it on my WhatsApp status. So I said, okay, let me do this for you guys. And yeah, this was created, everything was created inside of Figma. So I'm going to show you how I created this. Now I've used different elements for this design. One of it is the noise that you see in the background. I drew a crown, I drew the lady's head, the silhouette, and also I used fonts that is for the text. All right, so I'm going to be redesigning this, and without any further ado, let's dive right into it. All right, so I just duplicate this and I'll move it slightly away from the other one, and what I'll be doing next is I'll just delete everything in here. And yes, we're going to have to create these illustrations. I didn't just want to keep the illustrations and just do my stuff and just have it there. I want to show you guys how you can also draw this illustration or any illustration inside of Figma. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to tap P on my keyboard, or go up here and choose the pen tool, and then from this point I'm going to draw to this point. I'm going to draw and drag, like click and drag, and I'm going to have this going over here. So coming here, I'm going to draw it this way. I'll just leave it there, I'll come back to it, and then come back here, click and drag, click and drag. That's what I'm doing. Come down here, click and drag as well. So I'm going to change the color of this so that you guys can see clearly how the lines are forming. And I'm going to continue. Come back here, click, come here, just click anywhere there. All right, and we'll come back here. So I'm going to pretty much be doing the same thing across, so just follow up. And then I'll end it here, click and drag. Like, while you click, don't remove your hand from the mouse. I'm using my mouse, so it will be easier with the mouse than the trackpad, but whichever way. And then I'll click, instead of clicking done, I'll click on this, the move tool. Click on it, come here, click on this dot. Yeah, it's a node, it's called a node in design. So click on that node and then drag this upward. All right, so I'm going to drag it upward, that way drag this one as well so that I have that fitting. I'll do the same thing for this as well, just move it in a bit, something like that is fine. We're not trying to make it perfect, you can make yours perfect. And then I'll choose a fill color, I'll just make it orange for now. And so we have that. I'll go up here and do the same for this one, but this one, watch what I'm going to do. So I'm going to come here, click, and somewhere around here I'll click as well, somewhere around here, click, right, click here, click here, click somewhere in the middle, come back here, click, and I'm going to finish it up somewhere around here. So I'm going to click here with the move tool again, V. You can tap V or you just click on it. I'm going to move this holding shift. I've moved it up. Now I'm going to use this radius. So let me do that again so that it seems I was fast. All right, just from outside, choose the node you want to curve. So I want to curve this. Curve it this way. All right, you can make yours much more better later on. So to do that, I'll just move this upward, and then select this one and curve it as well. Select this and kind of curve it as well. All right, so you can move this like upward something, move this one in and this one in as well. All right, select this, it's 2 down, so we'll take it up a bit. Do the same for this, just curve it. I'm just moving it. You can click and just use the navigation key to press up and down. All right, and then do finally, not finally actually, we still have the down to do, and just curve this part and just move it upward a bit, something like that. Select all of this and kind of curve it this way. All right, we have that. Sorry, this has taken like 5 minutes. All right, select this. All right, that's because I'm showing you 2 things in one. Now we have both of these, just move them out. Those are the elements we need. We don't need the stroke, so close out the stroke. All right, now it's time for us to create. So the next thing we're going to do is tap T. T is for text, so I'm going to tap 8 and I'm going to make this big, really big, really big. It's going to be really big. Like, I'm going to tell you the number when I'm done with it, but for now let me use black. I'm using Inter, the font Inter, and I'm using black for the weight. So let's do 600. All right, and I'm going to just drag this down a bit, center it. So we're using 500 for the font size, 500 font size. The weight is black and the height is anyone would work. All right, so we have this, and the next thing to do is to actually draw some shapes to cover the whole. So we'll draw a circle over here, duplicate it by holding Alt, drag it down, select both of them, change their color to white. I already have color styles by the right that I use for different projects. All right, so with that, I'll select the 8, number 8, right click on it and choose flatten, or you press Ctrl E. So flatten, that's the same thing for Photoshop. If you press Ctrl E, it would group multiple layers into one and just flatten them. All right, so now we have this 8, and then select the 2 circles and unify them. All right, you can just leave them, no need to unify them. Select all 3 elements and click unify in the boolean groups up here. So open it, or if your union is the first one, click union selection. Now all of them have become one item, and all I need to do is bring in this. Remember, we had 8. All right, we had 8 that had holes in, so we're doing the same. We're using these shapes as negative space for those holes. So with this one, to flip it upside down, I don't need to start turning this around. All I have to do is press Shift plus V, V for van, V, and there we have that. All right, move this upward a bit, move this upward a bit, select both of them, select the shape, go back to your boolean group, click on subtract selection, and there you have it, guys. You have the negative space, and then we can now put our crown on. So I'll bring the crown in and I place it somewhere close by. Just bring this down a bit. All right, so change our crown to white. All right, and then our text, let's type that again. Happy, that was on 600, so we'll change that to 128. We're going to still change it. Happy International Women's Day. Okay, so with this, I'm going to put this downward so that when I type, the text goes upward. So with this, I'm going to reduce it to, like, let's do 64. Yes, 64 is okay, even though I didn't use 64 for mine. And then you can have the subtext. All right, we'll just put Lauren, if you the law is it. Sorry, but this sounds like Akwa Ibom. But all right, I just have that there. Okay, I think this time I'm going to reduce the opacity to 70. Okay, and this one 48. Cool. So we have that, but the main focus is on how this was done. All right, and with that, I'll just leave it at this. And What I did next was I selected this, I removed my color style, is on white, click on the box, go to solid, choose linear, leave it there, go to this one, do the same thing, change it to linear. I didn't do any of that, I just clicked linear and I had that effect. And then now, like I said, we have different elements. So this is the other element. On default is going to be like this, so I brought it into my frame, center, align it horizontally and vertically. Now you can't see anything, let it be the last thing at the top, and then go to the blend mode where you see pass through and then 100% and then the eye. Click on the pass through arrow drop down and choose overlay. And there guys, that's how I created the International Women's Day poster, and I hope this helps you. I'll see you very soon. Bye for now.